incredible month we've ever seen in the history of new skin globally. And here in Australia and New Zealand, we broke all records. Absolutely extraordinary. Over the next few months, as you see things starting to prepare, you are right now in the right place at the right time. You're sitting on the ground floor of something that's going to be absolutely beyond your imaginations. You know, the company has developed this age lock technology. And I want you to think of this, and it's so important. We're going to say this over and over and over again. But I want you to think of this just like when Apple created iOS, or they created the iPod. And the iPod morphed into the next technology, using iTunes, which is the consumable. And then it went into iOS with all their computers and laptops. And then they developed the iPhone. And of course, that's seen several generations. They developed the iPad, that's seen several generations. And that will continue to innovate. Well, I want you to think of age lock. The word age lock is not a product, it's a technology. It's a platform which is allowing us to do something that no other company in the world can do with respect to anti-aging. No other company in the world has the map, if you like, has the algorithm, the technology which allows us to identify which genes do what. Which are the genes responsible for your energy? Which are the genes responsible within your skin? Which are the genes responsible for fat storage and fat metabolism, turning protein to muscle? In the future, which genes are the genes responsible? Perhaps for your eyes, perhaps for your brain and memory, perhaps for producing insulin, perhaps for the genes that cause gray hair. We don't know what they're going to do in the future. They're working on all sorts of avenues. But no other company in the world has the ability to identify the genes and then create products that can influence those genes or reset those genes to behave in a younger way. And that is an absolute gold mine. You, sitting here today, and you may not even understand what you've stumbled into, are going to participate in the growth of a company from relatively small to huge. And I want to just spend a moment and just talk about innovation, because innovation changes entire industries all the time. We could probably go around the room and talk about hundreds and hundreds of examples. There was a time when every watch was run with a wind-up, and along came a gentleman from Switzerland who created quartz technology. And his colleagues laughed at him. They didn't see the future. They didn't see that quartz technology would replace that. And he sold that technology to the Japanese. And of course, today, 95% of all watches are made in Japan. In 1972, the first digital camera was developed. Kodak had donated 150 years in photography. Fuji, a relatively newcomer. Two companies totally dominated the entire industry. 1974, 84, by 94, digital has started to take off, and today there is no such thing as film photography anymore. Kodak is bankrupt. Time and time and time again. I don't care if we're talking about the horse and cart through to the automobile. I don't care if we're talking about the revolution from railway to airlines. I don't care if we're talking about from CD players through to MP3 technology. I don't care if we're talking about the Pony Express taking the mail across the country to now email. Technology changes entire industries all of the time. And what you need to understand, the only thing you need to understand when you explain this to other people, is that we have a new innovation, something that is revolutionary, not something that is just like something else, an improvement on something else, something that's absolutely revolutionary. And you have the ability, sitting here in this room, to participate as we communicate this technology around the world. And we do it through the most powerful means that I know, and that's word of mouth. Friends telling friends, telling friends, telling friends. Who saw yesterday the Twitter IPO? Right? You know what Twitter is, right? Twitter, they started for $1,000. That's the investment they put in the technology for Twitter. And yesterday, it went from nothing to $25 billion company overnight. Okay? And what does it do? What's the magic of Twitter? Well, you can load some information and like a large text message, and people can subscribe to that, and you can broadcast like person to person, word of mouth, friend tells friend tells friend tells friend. What Twitter does is magnify what we do. It simply allows you to communicate with lots of people at the same time. It's the same as Facebook. You post something, right? We got engaged last week. We posted something. Boom! 1,000 people said, congratulations. Whoa. Pretty exciting. But that is what technology does. It allows us, with word of mouth, you telling a friend who tells a friend who tells a friend, to leverage yourself. And what I want you to think about over this next few months, literally today, you have about 130 days until the next limited time offer with TR90, the weight loss product, the product that actually, weight loss is not the best description. Actually, it resets your entire metabolism. Okay, weight loss is an outcome, right? As well as energy, as well as lowering your chance of heart disease, lowering your chance for cancer, lowering your chance for diabetes. The outcome, really, is better health. But what it really does is it resets your metabolism to behave in a younger way. Some people here in New Zealand, we have had 2 people earn over $100,000 last month for the month. We've had people earning $30,000 and $40,000 for the month. We've had lots of people earning $10,000, $15,000, $20,000 for the month, who a few months ago were just beginning. And so for those of you here in the room who are willing to take action over the next 3 months, 3.5 months, as you position for 4 months, as you position for the limited time offer in March, and then leading up to the launch in July, if you're willing to focus, and I mean focus, you know what that is, right? When you take a magnifying glass and you have a bright, sunny day, and you've got a dry piece of paper in your magnifying glass, and you focus that little bit of light on that spot, and what happens after about 10 seconds? Is it burning? No, nothing's happening. It doesn't look like anything's happening at all, does it? Then 15 seconds go by, nothing's happening. 20 seconds go by, it's going to ground, but it doesn't really seem like it's happening fast enough. And then within an instant, have you all done this? Within an instant, it goes from almost nothing happening to combustion, flames. Does that make sense? And that's exactly what happens in your business. And I'm going to tell you, there are some of you here today, and I'm not here to pick on anybody, who you've got the environment, you've got the bright sun, you've got the best magnifying glass, you've got the driest paper, but you're not focused. And so you're over here, and you go, oh, it's not happening. So you're over here focusing, ah, it's not happening. And you're over here focusing, but you don't focus for long enough to get combustion. Does that make sense? And if you're going to participate in this, and I'm saying this in a loving, sharing, want you to win way. If you don't get your act together and just focus, then you're wasting your time. And I'm not saying to criticize, I'm not saying it to bum anybody out. I'm just saying that anybody in the right environment can just hold that magnifying glass and just stay steady in one direction for long enough, you will create combustion. Now, some of you, it might take, the next 3 months. Some might take 6 months. Some of you might take 12 months. It might take some of you 2 years to get that combustion to happen. It might take you 5 years to get that combustion to happen. To get that group where all of a sudden, boom, your group just explodes out of control. Does it matter though? If I said you could have 10, 15, 20, 30, 40, 50, $100,000 a month of passive income for the rest of your life, does it matter if it took you 2, 3, 4, 5 years? What else can you do to give yourself millions of dollars of passive income? Going to get a job? Will working in a job set you free? Working in a job is about as smart as renting a house. You know what you do when you rent a house, right? It seems cheaper renting a house than buying a house, because the rent might be cheaper than the mortgage might be. No maintenance, no do lawns, right? But you pay the rent, you're paying off the dream of somebody else. You're paying the mortgage for somebody else. You own a house, it might seem like a little more commitment and a little more sacrifice. You got a little more work around the house because it's your house. You got to paint it and stuff. But you know what? In 10 years, that house doubled. In 20 years, it doubled and doubled again. You grow an asset. When you work for somebody in a job, you're making someone else's dreams come true. Do you get that? It's like renting a house. You're renting your time, your life, your hours to somebody else. Why would you do that? Do you know what I'm talking about? Why would you do that? Here, you're building your own business. And it might seem slow for a start. And it will be for some of you. Some of you will have to go through a pace of paying a price over a period of time till you get the confidence and the experience, and you can hear it in your voice like you can hear my voice, the confidence in what you're saying. And it doesn't matter if it takes you 3 months or 6 months or 2 years or 3 years or 5 years to get that confidence to you. Because once you get that confidence, it's just about finding 15 people. Right? I guarantee you there's 15 people in this city you can find in the next month if you really went for it like crazy. You can walk down and say, are you looking for passive income? Are you looking for passive income? Excuse me, are you looking for passive income? 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 If you just went down the street just like a crazy person, you can find 15 people who go, yes, absolutely, what am I going to do? Right? Now, I'm not saying you should do that, although it might be a good idea for some of you. I'm not looking at you. You know? It will absolutely change your life. But first, you got to get confidence. Confidence in the company and the products. Confidence in the industry. But most importantly, confidence in yourself. If you have that confidence in yourself, you can change your life forever. And I got to tell you, I didn't have that confidence when I started. I was so excited about this, I joined and I quit. I quit. A few months after starting, I had so many people tell me, no, I thought this isn't for me, I can't do it. So I know what it's like not to have confidence. You have to build that. You build that with knowledge, you build that with using the product, you build it with going to conventions and meeting people and talking and actually just faking it a bit till you make it. That's how you get there. Guys, I wish you the greatest success in the future. This is going to be a fantastic, it's a getting started training. You're going to get some very amazing skills from a great team of people. Thanks for the time. Enjoy your morning, and hopefully we'll come back at the end and tell you more what's going on.